He got answers for all of our questions. So if you got questions, make sure you put them in the chat. Shout out to everybody on IG right now. You know, if you used to watch us on smokebreaklive.tv, make sure you tell your friends to come on over to the Nempathy show.
Yep.
We live over here every Sunday. Yo, shout out to Spinwax Radio. Okay, so they play our audio version. Saturday, 6:30, Spinwax Radio. Make sure you download the app in your Google Play, your iTunes store. Is it still iTunes or is it the Apple store?
Yeah.
You don't buy nothing anyway, huh? Yo,
I think it's iTunes store though.
Kids be like running up their parents' accounts.
Bro, you know how kids be like, you got any games on your phone? I let the kid borrow my phone. They came back like, it won't play. Nigga, they almost bought like $40 worth of. Give my phone back, huh?
Yo, I got a game. It's called Bill Pay.
Luckily, I got the password on the jump, so you can't make a purchase without the password. I was like, man, you almost ran it up on my phone. And their parents was like, nigga, you just been short.
Hell yeah, that's what the companies say.
Right.
You just short.
Yeah.
You gotta pay that. You're supposed to have control. Right? Just like when they show you stuff that your kids ain't supposed to see, you supposed to have control.
Right.
Discernment. You know? Yo, we have a topic this evening. Why women lie to each other. Right? It's not if or do they, it's why do they when they do.
Because they be lying.
Word. Also, the killer of Dante Wright. We're gonna talk about that. She got 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Shot him in the back, right?
I think in the ribs.
Okay.
He was in the car.
Which one? Like, you know, which cop shooting?
Right.
Right. She got 2 years for that. So we're gonna definitely talk about that. And you know, ask a pastor. Mr. Doug Bennett checking in right now. What's good, Doug Bennett in the building?
Salutations and greetings, gentlemen.
This nigga got a black screen.
Right.
That's right. It's February. City, don't think that I'm not about to ask you about what the hell you got stage hands in the background and whatnot.
Don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? You did.
This mug right here, this mug done turned into Eddie Kane Jr. on us.
And go ahead, man. I'm just a
got
black man.
To have love. You got to have love in your heart tonight.
Look, man, I'm just happy to be here. You dig?
Hey, I bet you are.
You know,
I bet you are.
You gotta be thankful for your people to look out for you, make sure everything's straight. You know what I'm saying?
And
I love my folks.
Running errands. She keep going up and down.
Nah, man.
I knew something was up because City ain't had no green screen tonight. City ain't had no green screen tonight. I knew something was up.
Ain't nothing up, man. I'm just out on the road tonight. You dig?
Word.
And people have accommodated me.
No. Are you digging? Is the question. Are you digging?
Not in the least bit. Not in the least bit.
Yeah. Yo, choose one. All right. Choose one. Okay. Now, this one is actually a twofer, right?
A two for two.
Cut two. You have to cut two of these people from your team, right? You got Jerry Rice. You got Randy Moss. You have Megatron. You have Larry Fitzgerald. And you have the one and only T.O. You have to cut two of these people from your organization. Right? We playing 7-on-7. Nigga, we gotta cut two of these people.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. First cut, gotta be T.O. Just because he be iffy with the teamwork sometimes. If he throw a T.O. tantrum, we in trouble. I can't have that. And number two, dang, yo.
Yeah.
Number two, doesn't matter. At number two, it don't even matter, really.
Yo, C. Maurice Ball said Fitch and T.O.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm getting rid of Jerry Rice.
I was thinking about that too.
Why? He's the greatest receiver of all time.
No, because it has nothing to do with his stats. It has nothing to do with his on-field accolades. It has to do with the temerity, the unmitigated gall to literally and truly have them Stevie Wonder braids that started right here and kept going backwards. I said, man, Jerry, you got to go for that, bro. I don't give a damn if they do have you in Canton.
He wasn't doing that in San Fran. He was doing that in Oakland, right? That was like that bad, the end, like towards the end.
Yeah, and they started towards the end of his head. Nah, bro. Jerry got to go for that. I'm sorry.
Did you see Jerry Rice's Popeyes commercial?
Didn't he have the chicken in the
face mask?
Yeah, Jerry got to go. This nigga out here.
Dang, Jerry got to go. Jerry got to go. First and foremost, I don't like the fact. First and foremost, Jerry's last name is just Rice. I would have let him on there if his last name was Jerry Rice and gravy, because no black person just eats rice by themselves.
Rice and beans.
Then the fact of the matter that Jerry Rice is the first man who I've seen faded with braids, but usually people have their cornrows faded on the side and the back. So no, Jerry got to go over that. Now, number two, the second person to go has got to be Terrell Owens, and I love T.O. I love T.O., but T.O. too temperamental for me, bro. T.O. too temperamental for me. T.O.
him.
Yeah, man. He in that. Well, how that Tony Braxton song go? I love me some him. That's T.O.
That's him in the mirror.
Yes, man. I can't, man. I really and truly can't. T.O. is like the Bobby Brown of every team he's on. We got a good fucking thing going here with New Edition. Why, Bobby, do you have to come out here doing your own dance moves? Why, Bobby, do you have to come out here in your own costume when our costumes are perfectly fine? Why, Bobby? Why? And I love Bobby.
Philly would
Ronnie,
not.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Not Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, and Johnny.
Right. Yeah, but you see how Johnny came in with that grown man voice, just overpowering Ralph and shit.
Because they was old by then.
No, Ralph always had the soft voice.
Hey, well, come on, man. This nigga called himself Mr. Sensitivity. You can't sing like notice Johnny Gill ain't never said Mr. Sensitivity. Johnny told that Johnny said, take off your red dress. How Ralph said,
he wasn't talking to her.
That nigga.
He wasn't talking to her.
No,
Johnny
I got to demand a chick to do that. That was around that feminist movement. Johnny had to demand a chick to do that. Take off your red dress. Like, come on now.
Johnny used to sing like a Muppet, nigga.
You know what's crazy? There's only one person in this photo that has a ring.
And so far, he's the one person that's been cut from two teams.
He got multiple rings. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else don't have no ring.
And me and Doug cut him. That's crazy.
And you know what's crazy? You know another thing is that happens to a lot of the Hall of Famers because you end up going. The best player goes to the worst team.
Yeah.
So they get locked in. Like, look at Megatron.
Man.
The same, like, he left for the same reason Barry Sanders left. Like, I'm never going to win here.
Right. And
like,
look,
you know what I'm saying? And they're not going to let me go.
And
like,
Matt Stafford left and won the next year.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm going to tell you right now. One time is a coincidence. Twice is a pattern. Petition the Super Bowl to be in Landover. Because it seemed like that's the only way the the Commanders are ever going to win the championship.
That is not the formula.
That's the only way.
That is not the formula.
No, we need the Super Bowl to come to Maryland. If the Super Bowl, because
oh no,
Washington's formula for winning Super Bowls solely relies upon the drug usage of the mayor. Okay, there's a direct correlation. Why y'all trying to separate it?
It's either that, it's drug usage and racism. Drug usage and racism.
The gentrification going to the roof.
Notice we stopped winning the Super Bowl once they moved it to February. Once the Super Bowl was in January where racism ran rampant, we were winning the Super Bowl. Moment they put the Super Bowl in Black History Month, well, we can't let these damn rednecks win.
Word up. Yeah, man. Shout out to Spinwax Radio, okay? You know, I just gotta keep shouting out Spinwax Radio. They play our audio only version of the show Saturdays at 6:30. We also, during the week, we have a replay. Make sure you check us out on Spinwax Radio. Download it in your Google Play Store or your Apple Store, you know. And you can check us out audio only version when you riding. You just want to hear something.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But main topic, why women lie to each other. I did not ask if or do. I said when they lie, why do they do it? Right? And, you know, I asked this question we got a private chat, right? I run topics past the fellow Nempathites, and you know they had some responses to this question, but you know I just want to start off with what I had, right? And I have an example of women lying to one another, right? Nicki Minaj, right? She posted this on Twitter. Dear men, women don't dress for you, check. Do makeup for you, check. Do their hair for you, check. Just like most of y'all only fuck for you and not the woman's pleasure. This all for us. This ain't about you. Now go. Thanks for coming. Now, what she said wasn't a lie.
Mm-hmm.
We all know this. We know all that shit y'all wear is for each other, because we don't require any of this shit. Right? You say to us, the beauty standards and the social norms pressure you to get all this fucking cosmetic surgery and all that shit. Ain't no man asking for that shit.
Hey, yo.
Ain't no man asking you to do any of those things. But the lie, to me, the lie is this woman is married. And she's telling the advice she's giving out, just like Beyonce with, oh, my single ladies. Mm-hmm. Oh, my single ladies. These women are married.
It went home. Beyonce went home to her cheating man.
Right. Put your hands up. You know what I'm saying? They're married, and they're encouraging women to be single and independent.
Uh-huh.
Right? Just like Cardi, I don't cook, I don't clean, and then the nigga Offset had her on Instagram sweeping and
cleaning.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like, and now, granted, she looked like she never held a broom before.
Right.
So she might not have been lying. But
when I seen that, I'm like, he got mind control over her. He got mind control.
Hey, but you know what you just said that made me think about something? I never thought about this till just now. How Nikki just said, like, we do our hair for ourselves, we do our nails for ourselves, we do our lashes for ourselves, this, that, and the third. It's not for you. If you do it for you and it's not for me, why is it so much pressure for me to financially maintain that? How I'm a broke nigga, or how I'm not this, that, and the third to do something that is not for me. That don't even make sense for me monetarily to finance something like that.
Doug Bennett, what do you think?
I think the fact that we sit up here and listen to women about what they say shows us that we're starting to fall into what I like to call DNMS. Don't make no damn sense. Because it's amazing to me how Nicki Minaj can sit up here and tell these women this stuff. Yet and still, has anybody ever seen Nicki Minaj's first smacked freestyles?
Yes. Yes.
Y'all remember what she looked like?
Yes.
That bitch was like a number 2 pencil.
Like a young guy.
Yeah. He did. Nicki Minaj looked like a number 2 pencil. He did. All of a sudden, when she got signed to Cash Money, it was like she hit puberty all at once. It was like God said, "I have now waited for you to have your period." Literally, she just blew up everywhere. But yet, you want to sit up here talking about you don't do this stuff for us. I want women to understand how idiotic they sound when they say this stuff. And then they wonder why they either A, don't get the man that they really want, or B, the man that they get. Ladies, let me explain something to you about men that you probably already know. Ladies, we are not good liars. We're not. We're sufficient liars, which means that I'm just being real. We're not good liars. No man here is good beyond one round of questioning. That's it. That is all we can ask off is one. I'll give you an example. Back when I cheated on a girl, I told my homeboy, I said, look, I'm going to tell her that I was with you. I'm going to give you the building block or the foundation of the lie. It is upon you. It is incumbent of you to build off of that foundation. I'm perfectly happy living in the basement. But if you want to put some more rooms on this house of lies, I'm cool with it. So my girl comes to me and she says, who were you? I was with Jason. She said, I call Jason right now. I said, call him. That's how confident I am that my boy will take the initiative to lie further. Okay? When a quarterback throws you the ball, I expect you to get yards after the fucking catch. I don't expect you to get the ball and down the motherfucker or damn sure not fumble. She calls Jason. Jason, who are you with tonight? Doug. She turns around and says, where were y'all? This nigga says, shit. I'm like, no, don't force it. Keep building upon the lie.
Cause you know what it is?
This nigga said
that, but I'm about to tell you what it is, young. Cause I don't lie. If niggas gonna lie, you gotta flush the whole lie. My bad. You gotta flush the whole lie out. I don't lie, man. After these women. Cause I ain't about to keep up with the lie.
That was not the truth. Women. That was not.
I'm not about to keep up with this.
Like that's why I don't lie.
Before was I don't lie. Nigga, that's like a Muslim saying, I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork before I pray. You like so when you say, hey man, you get bacon?
Before I pray.
Yeah. But not cause he said that because he don't know what you said to her. He don't know if you talked to her and said, hey man, we went bowling. So if he said we went to the movies, you caught. So now he trying to think, man, what do me and Doug be doing?
We could have went to a movie about bowling, nigga.
That's why I'd be like, hey man, what? I take that back. I'd be like, no, ask me, Brandon. No, I'm out of it. I don't know what you niggas is doing. Y'all go argue over there. I don't care what happened. Don't bring me in this, nigga.
Hey, y'all see that? City is a dry snitch. City is a dry snitch.
Because I don't know.
Drinking water.
Because
drinking water because he's a dry snitch.
He's snitch adjacent.
Not cut. See. But Doug, somebody did to me what you did to Jason. They started a lie and expected me to fill in the blanks. And I said, and I messed it up. I was like, you know what? Won't get me again. Nope. I wasn't here. I wasn't there. I wasn't nowhere. I was at church.
I'm going to tell you why you messed it up. Because you don't have your own shit that needed the cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had ever been in that position, you would have just instantly recognized it. Like, oh, shit. My friend needs me.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you.
I understand that.
But I'm gonna be for real. Ladies, y'all need to stop lying to each other for real. Y'all really, really do. Because at the end of the day, let me explain something to you. Men are the reptiles of the sexual kingdom.
We cool.
And the reason why I use reptile is this. If you ever notice, reptiles are cold-blooded animals. They can adjust to any temperature that they in. All right. You can see reptiles will either be in the forest, reptiles can be in the water, reptiles can be in the desert. But a reptile will adjust to whatever climate or setting you put it in. We in the reptile family, if you put us in the desert of lies, we will adjust to the heat. If you put us in the swamps of miscommunication, we will adjust to the miscommunication.
Wow.
If you put us in the water, right? If you put us in the waters of all out desolation and destitute, we will adjust. So if you want a man to adjust to the heat of honesty, if you want a man to adjust to the warmth of truth, if you want a man to adjust to the sunlight of truth and honor, then bitch, you need to pull the blinds back on your lies and show everything that you need. Because I'm telling you right now, ladies, men are getting to the point where we getting tired of putting through these flaming hoops with gasoline drawers on for y'all.
No, that's real.
Y'all can't keep sitting up here holding us to a standard that y'all don't hold to y'allself. Y'all don't. Stop lying to each other. Yeah, y'all may be competing with each other, but the truth of the matter is y'all are all right, perfect example. In the Olympics, they don't compete for, they don't try to win the gold medal. They try to beat the person next to them. If they end up getting the gold medal, great. Ladies, yeah, you do all of that shit for each other, but y'all do it for the gold medal, which is us, whether y'all want to admit it or not. Y'all compete with each other, but it's to win the gold medal. Because at the end of the day, men really don't give a shit about this stuff. We give a shit about it because you make it important. I tell women, no man, in the words of the great Cat Williams, no man has ever said he's not having sex with a woman because her bra and her panties don't match. No man has ever said I'm having sex with a woman because her weave didn't fit on right. We plan on tearing that shit up anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, Cat Williams has some other great words. Cat Williams has some other great words. Get this teenager off me. City, are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to sit here and tell me that if you trying to get some, you care whether or not you see her tracks?
This is the question.
See,
if this is initial contact, I'm just meeting her and her hair looking crazy.
Oh, here we go throwing some other stuff in there.
The goalpost.
I didn't say you were trying to meet her. I didn't say you trying to date her. I said you trying to get some. You tell
we already together?
No, you're trying to get some. Together doesn't matter. You're at the point where you're trying to insert.
And all of a sudden you see her tracks. You gonna stop?
I seen the tracks earlier. I didn't just see that.
No bullshit though. I seen them shit.
Yeah, I've been seeing them tracks. Yeah.
Now, if I did it anyway,
that
I might have did it anyway.
But to that point, I'm probably doing it. I'm probably doing it.
I'm proving my point right now. They're not good liars. They're not good liars.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, I ain't lying. I seen them.
Yeah, I seen them.
I hate track.
Y'all whack. Trust me, I done had somebody come in the bedroom looking like Celie from The Color Purple.
But see, she was already there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's different.
Is you and me will never tell. That's all I said.
I stopped talking to a lady because of her tracks.
See,
driving because it was like
it was like, off the train.
It was like
the train was on.
Yeah, it was like crusty. It was like the white shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah.
Oh my God. Well, who are you trying to get something from? A crackhead?
Nah, you know how they be. And they when they keep it in too long and shit.
She came around the corner. Yeah. I got the bike holiday. Like, girl, if you don't get your
now, one thing I can say about this young lady.
Was trying to get something from Felicia from Friday. I need to use your car.
This young lady had the largest ass I've ever had the pleasure of procuring.
Wait a minute. You got to be careful about saying the largest ass. Are we talking about to her body, or was it like dimply, or what are we talking about?
Oh no,
was she a woman with a big ass, or was she a big ass woman?
No, small waist, big ass.
And you didn't tap it because of the tracks?
No, I didn't say I didn't tap. I said I stopped talking to her.
Once again, moving the goalposts. Not about talking. My question was about tapping.
Yeah, I tap. Yeah, I tapped in. I tapped in. I tapped the bottom.
I'm over StreamYard on that ass. I tapped in. Yeah. I tapped in.
That's different.
Yep. Yeah, man. Look, we have special guest Pastor Maurice Ball in the building.
We talking crazy.
Yeah. You know
No. I'm doing the introduction, bro.
Okay, go ahead, Doug. Go ahead, Doug.
I'm doing the introduction. Yo, put me on the big screen for this. Yo, to all my fellas in here, listen to me. I have been in church my entire life. Have you? Given my life to the Lord. Not the Lord. The Lord. LAWD. And the one thing that people in church really show is that they are not as real as they claim to be. When I tell you this man right here on my right is about the realest Christian you'll ever
boy, this internet.
meet in your life. Not Jesus, but don't try me. They was talking about Mr. Ball. When they say saved, sanctified, but will still slap you, they was talking about Maurice Ball. When I tell you, if you ever want to know about somebody's walk and how they ended up at the destination they at, this is the man you need to talk to. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll present to some and introduce to others. The realest mofo I know that talk about the G-O-D. You understand me? The realest man I know who got Jesus for real on the main line. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give it up for Pastor C. Maurice Ball. Ladies and
gentlemen. Yo, I appreciate the introduction. Doug Bennett. What's good, bro? What's up, peeps? I appreciate y'all invite me on and invite me into y'all space. You know what I mean?
Sir. Man, I like the sneakers in the background, man.
No, y'all don't understand.
I got one or two,
man. Me and this man go back. Like, this man done saved me from jail. This man done saved me from the grave. This man done saved me, boy. I'm telling you, man. Seriously. Yo, what's up?
Oh, man, I can't call it. I'm chilling.
You must be a hard-working brother, Mr. Ball, because I know Doug's mouth has got him in a lot of trouble.
Oh, my God.
You talking about 15 years? So, yeah, we got a little history.
Have y'all ever heard of homicide by holy water? He the only person that tried to hold me under a baptismal pool until I stopped.
You gonna get baptized? You gonna get this blessing?
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Maurice Ball. Okay. Pastor.
Hey, yo. Yeah, I don't go by that. And that only works in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really tell people that I'm a pastor, but I figured that for this, when I reached out to you, that, it's like, I'm going to give you an honest opinion from a pastor standpoint. Mm-hmm. And, and Doug know how to get down. But yeah, man, like, I appreciate y'all inviting me to your space.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, were you born in the church? Is your father a pastor?
Nah.
How did you get there? How did you come to the point where you wanted to do that?
I was a street dude. And
didn't y'all hear my introduction?
You be hyping stuff.
Nah, man. After a while, I just got tired. You know what I mean? I was running I was doing what I was doing, and it just came to a point to where it was like there has to be something different. There has to be something more. And then after, I mean, some things happened, caused me to shift and moved. I ended up moving from Indiana to North Carolina, and then that kind of started the whole process from there. But now I wasn't raised in the church. I ain't had no desire to be no pastor. There was no, like, hey, in my hood, it wasn't like, hey, the pastor's cool. We thought the pastor was a shady cat, like most everybody think the pastor's a shady cat. So, yeah, it wasn't nothing that I was looking forward to being. It just God decided that the only way he can keep from killing me was to pull me in on his team. So I just rolled with the punches.
You said you moved from you was in Indiana and you was in another place. That sounds like the federal penitentiary system. Right? They got moved around.
Yeah. So now I was in Indiana. I'm from Indianapolis, and then I moved to Fayetteville, North Carolina.
All right.
Yeah. But what caused me to move from Indiana was I did get locked up, and then when I got out, I was like, "Yo, I need something different because I ain't going to get no cycle."
Right.
So,
in West Philadelphia, born and raised.
I don't know why they think I'm joking. They think I was playing with the introduction. Oh, Doug just being loquacious. No, I ain't being loquacious.
You know, we did not say that word.
Doug just being verbose. No, man. I'm telling you.
My 12th grade.
How much dirt on this man and why he's so effective at what he do?
My 12th grade history teacher, the last black male teacher I had, he always would say that shit, loquacious. Stop being loquacious. You know what I mean? Yo, but real talk, I've always held the position that if you haven't been through some dirt, you can't be my pastor.
Word.
Like, I can't have no goody two shoe. Ain't never been through nothing. I need to know that you came to the light. Like, you know what I mean? You saw the error in your ways, and you saw that this vehicle took you to the promised land. Like, you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. Word. Yeah.
You know,
I can tell y'all. I mean, like,
funnest thing about talking to Mo is when Mo get ready to save you. We'll get ready to speak life into you. He got to go back into his dark days and pull himself back out. Yeah, man. Because I remember I used to have game but that was long time. Because God said, the Bible says there is now no condemnation. Don't talk about then.
Yeah. I mean, offline when we got some more time, I could give you a full rundown. But yeah, man, I've been through the battle. I'm almost 50, so I done seen some stuff.
It's on K-Search.
Oh yeah.
The whole rundown is on K-Search.
Yeah.
Yo, but we wanted to ask a pastor, right?
All right, let's do it.
Right?
Let's do it.
And I know my brothers, they got a few questions, but the first question I'll ask is, why do women lie to each other, Pastor?
To be honest, I think we all lie. Even my man said he don't lie. That's a lie. Because we talking
about women.
Hey, go ahead, man.
We talking about women.
You know what I'm saying? But in general, I think that women lie. I can't, like my wife is a woman, so I can't say that she lies. But I also think that it's a maturity level that comes along with that. You know what I mean? I think younger women tend to do it more than older women who are established, who are secure in themselves and not looking for affirmation or validation from anybody or their peers or anything like that. So I think the older you get, you start to grow out of it. But the younger you are, it's kind of like it's survival of the fittest in this game. That's what I believe on that part.
Only the strong survive.
Yeah, for real.
So pass the ball. Mm-hmm. Pass the ball. What you're saying is
pass
the
ball.
older and the meaner they get, the most set in their ways that they are.
Yeah, you can say it like that. Yeah.
Old dog? You saying an old dog?
Here to sit the captain's food. That's what we here to do.
That's an old dog.
Like you won't move. I don't see my wife lying to any of her girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You don't see.
I don't right. But I don't think she, because of where she's at in her life and in her career, it just doesn't even fade her like that. You know what I mean? Like she'll be 50 in a few months. And so it's like, yo, I mean, at a certain age, you just don't even care about that crap no more.
Yeah, she winning right now. She wants to tell the truth about herself because she's winning.
Is she winning?
Yeah,
absolutely.
You said your wife could be 50 in a couple of months. Does she tell other people that she's gonna be 50 or she's still 25?
No, she 50. She wear it well. Yeah. She ain't going around telling people that she like 30 or nothing like that. Or at least I don't know that. You know, it might be some cat. It might be some cat pushing up on her. She might be like, yeah, you know, I'm 38 or something. I don't know.
Little work husband.
Yeah. So,
Didn't I tell you that man don't play about his woman, work husband, or she'll have that dude to work die. That work die at work.
He didn't even make no analogy. Just straight work die.
Work die.
I'll murder him.
Hey, listen to me. I'm gonna tell you right now. Moa kill him and tell God he died. Kill him and tell Maurice what happened. I don't know, Lord. He was here today, gone tomorrow. You know I see everything.
What Chris Tucker say? He slipped and fell in the kitchen.
Look, ask a pastor. I got another question for you, Pastor.
What's that?
Well, stop telling fathers they should have fought harder to see their children and start asking mothers why he had to fight at all. So it's not really a question, but this is a statement someone made. And the question I'm asking is, how do you feel about this statement that a man has made?
Oh, I totally agree with that statement. For real, 100%. But I think one of the things that happens is that the mother, whatever the breakup situation was, she takes that against the father, no matter how hurtful, how painful it is. And not knowing that the long-term damage is going to be more than her short-term feeling of thinking that she's punishing the father. So I definitely agree with that statement. Like, you know, I think more men need to challenge these women and call them on the carpet. But the whole thing is if it becomes legal and it becomes about paperwork and you ain't been keeping paperwork, you're going to lose that battle every time. So you got to make sure that if you're in that situation, that you track everything that you've done. I'm talking about, I don't care if you ain't seen your child in 10 years. Make sure that you have all the paperwork, all the receipts, all the return letters, all the return cards, all that stuff is validation for that you were at least trying to attempt to be in that child's life whenever that child comes around. But these mothers, they get bitter, they get angry, and then they take that out on the father, and then they paint the picture that the dude is bad when the dude is actually trying to be a father to the child. But your bitterness and your anger and your frustration and your resentment towards that dude, you know, you want to damage him and pay him out to be the villain, and then show up. And if it does have to go to court, you want to show up with your tears and all this other stuff and try to get this fiddle to be played for you. And it don't do nothing but damage the child in the long run. So yeah, I agree with that statement 100%.
I want
to, you know, be about that paperwork.
This a real pastor.
No, I was gonna say,
emotional damage.
He gives you tangible things that you can do to help yourself instead of just saying faith.
Right. But no, to his point, I know a guy went to jail and everything, came home, he beat his baby mama to court. Like he started the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And he has custody of his kids. I know dude, guys be feeling like, oh, the court system is set up against me, and it is. But if you get there first, it's a totally different ball game.
First one to the phone.
First one to the phone.
You know, and I think it's situational in certain cities, because I'm dealing with a situation with somebody I know, and she left Indiana and moved to Philly because the court was on side with her husband. And, you know, he done tapped her phone. She got all these records and all this other stuff. And the court still made her uproot her kids and move the kids closer to the father so that the father can see the children. You know what I mean? Like, it was an abusive relationship. and he goes in, and the court is all on his side. So she kind of like the male, like, what do I do? How do I fight when, you know, they're painting me out to be this villain, and all I did was try to save my life and save my kids' life. So, you know, it's that court system is funny.
Like, what do I do when a nigga know the law?
For real.
Yeah, just for future reference. What city is this court in? Just for future reference. I mean, I'm asking for a friend.
It's in Philly. It's in Philly.
Is it
mine in DC?
Hey, I ain't got no problem moving there. I'll be on $1 million worth of game with Gilly and Wallow. I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah, man. Yo, I have a question for you, Pastor.
Practice my faces. That's right.
Ask a pastor, right? So, I finally got over my fears and proposed to my girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
She's going crazy. She's going crazy, like unnecessarily putting her hand in women's faces and shit. Like,
right.
Can you hand me that?
Right.
Oh, she left-handed now. She left-handed now.
No, she is left-handed. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part.
She left-handed for real.
So the question I have for you, Pastor, is what is the role of a husband?
Okay, that's a great question. So the role is to love your wife unconditionally with everything in you every day, even when the love is not being reciprocated, even when she's not doing what you want to do, even when it's not going your way. I got 19 years in the game, and I can tell you that there's times that me and my wife don't like each other. We just started, to be honest, like we had a little spat on last week on Monday. We ain't talk all week, but we got 19 years in the game, you know what I'm saying? So, and we joked about it today because we got over it. But I'm saying, like, your job as the husband is to make sure that she becomes the best woman that she can become. It's to lay down your life. It's to be not be selfish, to love her unconditionally, to be that shield, that protector, to edify, to speak into her, to bring life, to add value to her through you growing. You know what I mean? Like, as you grow, she should grow. It should. And here's one thing that I could tell you, as far as like, if you hadn't did a marriage counseling or anything like that, my wife has always made more money than me. Always. I mean, she was making 4 times I was making when I met her. Here's the thing: never compete with her. Y'all on the same team. Never feel like if she's shining, then let her shine. You know what I mean? Like, don't compete with her. Edify her. Open doors for her. Put her in position to succeed. You have a platform that you could probably bring her on and y'all could talk, but always keep her covered, keep her shielded, keep her protected. You know what I mean? And as you grow in your relationship with God, because this is the only way I'm able to love my wife, because my wife is crazy. And the only way that I'm able to love her through her craziness is I have to love God more, because I look and say, God loved me through my craziness and my foolishness. And he looks at me and be like, that cat, you just all messed up. But it doesn't mean anything, because his love is always renewing. So as a about to be a newly husband, don't let any outside influences influence you either. You know what I mean? Like, don't let somebody who on their 4th or 5th marriage, or who ain't married, try to speak into your marriage. Nah, and get somebody around you that's going to be open and honest about what marriage is and what it takes. So, like, if you was riding with us, you came to our crib and we not talking, we not going to be talking because you here. You know what I'm saying? The people that give you the reality after the prettiness wears off, after the honeymoon, after all that other stuff, now where the rubber meets the road, And I just say you just love her as much as you can and grow, and don't be scared of conflict, because conflict helps you grow or it breaks you. So
send you in a direction you need to go. Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Rem, I got a question.
How you spell that shit?
Rem, I don't even know how black you spell that. Rem. Let me ask you a question. I hear you talking about, the love of a husband, and how he is supposed to make a woman the best version of herself. Am I correct?
But let me tell you about this hate.
I hate this. Like, oh, I hate this.
My question is this. I hear you. And I think that is very great, because I know what the word says. And to make a woman the best version of herself. But
you got to listen.
But doesn't it say that the Lord specializes in the impossible? So No, but for real. My question is this, because I hear a lot of these things where people put their own interpretation on the word. Like, I've heard women say, yeah, my man is the head, but I'm the neck, and all this other stuff.
Because I control where the head goes.
My man is the head, I'm the neck. He can't move without me, and all of this. And I mean, seriously, moving back and forth like this and stuff. As a pastor and somebody who your job is to, and I'm being serious, your job is to interpret the word, to get that revelatory definition about it. How you dig deeper. Yeah.
Right.
How do you combat these social constructs that women use to usurp the word?
I ain't never usurped nobody.
Give me an example of what you're talking about. Give me an example.
Like I just said, my man is the head, but I'm the neck. Or
So to be completely honest, that whole man is the head thing is great, but you have to be a man that she's willing to submit to. My wife is an alpha. My wife is an alpha female. She's the only black woman in her position in the whole company, and she's been like that for you. So she's most of the time the only female in her position. So she's always combating, and she's always got to fight. She's always taking a stand, and she shouldn't have to come home and fight and battle with me as well, as far as having a power struggle. But if a woman wasn't really taught how to submit, and this is, my wife was raised by a single mom, so she don't know how. It was some things that we had to learn in this process on that submission. But I had to be doing something that allowed her to be as vulnerable as she needed to be, and be able to submit to somebody that she can trust in, and not take advantage of her with her being vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And so if she says she's the neck, I can say, okay, I can agree with that, because there's not no decision that I just come home and I made one decision that was like, yo, we ain't this is non-negotiable.
That's why y'all ain't talk last week.
Yeah, we ain't talk. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I ain't talking to you. So, but what I mean, like we come to the table and we make a decision. Now, I'll say I think this is what we should do, and because she understands that I'm putting time in, and I ain't making an emotional decision, then she normally, off a track record, can say, all right, I'm gonna trust what he's saying. But if I had to build that up, I had to build and establish that over years of being able to be consistent at what I was doing. And there's no marriage that I deal with where it's like these new age women. Like, my wife is almost 50, so she comes up in a different era. It's like, nah, we can do for ourselves. We don't need you or anything like that. But the thing is, the best part about it is, if you find you a good woman that's going to be able to submit to you, but you have to be doing what you're doing in order for that to happen and take place. And if you don't, you're going to have that head button, because you have two, especially in my situation, you have two alpha leaders in the house. We both are respected leaders in our professions. and all this other stuff. So you have two leadership styles and in the house. So now we both trying to lead each other. You know what I mean? Like that don't some things she's just more better than leading than me. Like she got a finance degree. I don't. Why wouldn't I let her handle the money? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But see, that
ain't my thing. You know what I mean? We be broke.
But see, you got God on your side. See what I'm saying? God on your side. Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
That is
what
not
talking about, man?
Strike her.
Nothing we discussing. We ain't discussing nothing. You understand me? 10%, you give it to Jesus, and this other 90 I will delegate at my preference. That's it.
Right. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, for sure.
And
that
then
sounds
this is
like
what I
a
suggest.
fist
Listen, all
fight.
the fellas, this is what I suggest. Once you lay down the law to your woman, you give her what I call the LLB. The look, lean, and blink. The look, lean, and blink. This is what we doing, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Call me
It
tomorrow.
might work.
Right.
You be sleeping like this.
Yes. With that look,
Hey, nigga tired in the morning.
nigga neck killing him.
You be tied to the bed with dental floss. And you ain't getting that. You ain't moving with that.
That shit, that hurt.
That hurt, yeah.
That hurt. When you said that hurt.
Oh my God. Man.
So all right, Pastor. So we dealing with a lot of headstrong women today, right?
Yeah.
One thing you said was about from that generation, like we don't need you. You didn't say it, but I think you were implying like we don't need you, but we want you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And that's more that generation had that mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Today it's like I don't need or want you. Like
Right.
you know what I mean? But
I'm mad if you're not here.
Yo, but what you're a man of the cloth, right? You know what I'm saying? You're a man of God, right? You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yo, Mo, let me tell you about Boom. Whenever he cock his neck and back up like that, don't believe nothing he say. You a man of the cloth. You a man of the cloth. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
One thing I say is that in America, you know how on the dollar bill it says "In God We Trust," right?
Right.
So I feel like this society, in this society, our God is the dollar, like money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when a woman would say she doesn't need a man because she makes just as much or more than him, it's because she's submitting to what he has in his pocket, not to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that I've dealt with women on all levels and all circles and all spheres. No matter how successful they are, they still want to be led by a man. It's just that, are we able to do it if she's making more than us? You see what I'm saying? Like that's why I said that. Like I never competed with my wife.
You'll spin that shit. Go ahead.
Hey, that's why I was like, yo, it comes
that was a
both
lead and blink moment right there. That was an LLB moment right there. Can we lead them if they got?
So I think that when you have a woman that says, I don't need a man, but you and then here's the two sides to that, because she'll say, I don't want a woman. I mean, I don't want a man. I don't need a man, but she'll turn to a woman that looks like a man. So there's something that she's trying to get, from a female, that hardness and that toughness, but the emotions of a female, but the ruggedness of a male. And so you go get this hardcore looking female, right? But if a male, no matter the tax bracket, if you go in and you respect a woman and you talk to her and you can lead her, she'll submit. I don't care the tax bracket. When I was in the game, I was in all tax brackets. So it's the same. You know what I mean? Like,
so you saying the men, maybe money is God to men?
Yes.
Because you're intimidated by her money.
Yep.
You know,
this is what happens if Bishop Don Magic Wand was really a bishop. I just want y'all to understand that. The game that my boy is spitting right now, if Bishop Don Magic Wand was really a bishop, this is what you get. You get red ball. You get red ball. You see how he spit that game? See, a woman will endure if you got the stamina for her to endure. Because the Bible says to run the race set before you with endurance.
This man had to say the Bible this whole time.
So let me ask you a question. Because we're in a day and age now where piggybacking off of this, especially when it comes to marriage, do you feel as though the reason why things have gotten so out of whack when it comes to men and women is because we have not so much the fact that, because I believe women have changed, but I believe the reason why women have changed, especially in our community, is because of the removal of us, whether by choice or by circumstance. Do you feel, honestly, we are too far gone? Like, do you feel as though something would have to happen, almost a Noah type situation, to get us back to square one because we're so far gone?
I think that I don't think it's too far gone. I think that we're drifting, and the generation after us drifted further. Then the generation after them drifted further, and now you have a generation that's so gone that they drifted. But I don't think they're too far gone. They just don't have any examples. Mm-hmm. Like if you look in your circle right now, how many people do you have? And this is to all y'all. How many positive marriages do you have in your circle that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years old? I mean, You know what I mean?
Right.
So the examples are not there. So they don't have anything to look forward to. Before I got married, like marriage before I got married in my family was everybody had a side piece, even the women. I mean, like my whole family, we ran game. And then on my wife's side, marriage was defined by divorce. So when you're talking about taking two people and putting them into one, you got to first define what the word marriage is. We have the same word, but we have two different definitions. So if you could take the word, I could say a chair has 4 legs on it. You could say a chair has 3 legs on it. Well, we're talking about a chair, but we're defining it different. And I think once you can give people the example, like we know that we are an example to a lot of people in our circle. Mostly everybody that we talk to for the last few years have been using our marriage as a model. And I'm like, that bar is really low. You setting yourself up, you know what I'm saying? Like set that thing higher. But I think if you can start giving people more examples and people can be more open and honest about marriage, and that's what we do. Like you rap with us about marriage, I'm gonna tell you about marriage because there's a reality after the smoke settles and the dust clears. But I think if you give people an example, I think they would want it, because Black love is strong, and it ain't nothing like seeing an older Black couple doing their thing. You know what I mean? Like people that's been married 40, 50 years, 60 years, and they still got that giddy look like she's still like 20 or something. You know what I mean? Like it's great to see. So for us, we have a couple of couples in our circles that got that 40, 45 year thing that we can look at and be like, dang, I hope we make it that long. But these young people don't have that.
I was gonna ask you that. Do you think, especially a newly engaged couple, the best thing for couples to do is to hang out with couples?
Absolutely. But I also think you still need your dude time too. Like my wife will bounce on her and her girlfriends, they be out. Because she needs that time. She needs that time. We need our time. And this is what I can tell you is like, you can hit me up personally if you just to hit me up. But I still talk to my dudes. You know what I mean? I need dude time. You know what I mean? I need to get away from that, but definitely get around some positive couples, some couples of all years of marriage, newly couples that can talk to you about the newness of marriage and the things that they're experienced. That mid-range couple, like, you know, that's like, yo, you know, yeah, we done processed through that. Now we're in this phase. And then that older couple, just have a group of people, somebody that you can rap with, that's going to be real with you about the phases of marriage and the stages of marriage, because that's what helped us. We had every stage. And before I got married, I had 135 years of marriage around me, from 3 years to 45 years. So I've seen it on all levels, and I've seen the behind the scenes. I think being able to find somebody that gives you the opportunity to see their marriage behind the scenes is really key, because you can see the realness of being married.
And the key to that is, when she does go away, you give her permission to be able to go with her girl. That's the key. Because as the head of the household, you make sure that the net don't go too far. That's what you do.
I think it's
wait, I got a question.
Yeah.
Had you know, you said your wife has always made more than you.
Mm-hmm.
She ever flexed on you?
Nah,
especially in public.
Never.
In 19 years, this black woman.
How you on damn question?
Never.
This black woman in 19 years, black American woman.
Oh,
never flexed.
Never.
Where's she from?
Real?
Where's she
from? She's from Flint. No, she's from Pontiac. She from Pontiac.
Shit. Hard.
Shit. I mean, shoot. I mean, we got a man.
It's too late now.
Darn it.
It's too late, brother.
Yeah.
Like,
in 19 years, in 19 years, she just never pulled that card. Ever.
Man, I had a girl do
that. Because you want to tell you one of the things that caused her not to pull that card. Like, when we first met, I was really in a good place with God. And I told her right off the bat, I don't care how much you make or how much more you make than me. I know who I am. And that was priceless. So there's no price tag on that. Mm-hmm. And that right there did something for her, because I wasn't coming with her with trying to impress her with stuff I had or anything like that. What she got was me. You know what I mean? And in 19 years...
Nigga, shut up, man. Nigga, show me who I am, so I'm not ashamed to show these women my checkbook, because there ain't nothing for them.
Now, don't show your checkbook. It got zeros in it. All zeros.
How many zeros you want? I got them.
It got negative. If it got a negative in there, nah.
Yeah, that's the wrong symbol. You gotta have zeros and commas. You can't have zeros and negatives.
The red in my checkbook is not for deficit, but it's for the blood that Jesus shed on the cross. For Calvary. That's what that red is in there for. That's all it is, Jesus.
Yo, they say like the rich and the middle class, like they're consumed with the idea of ownership, right? Mm-hmm. But the elite, they're focused on control, right? Like, I don't need to own any of this shit. Matter of fact, I don't want to own any of it. I just want to control it, right?
Ownership means responsibility,
right? So in a relationship, let her make all the money. I just want to control it. I just want to direct.
Like, I don't care where you go when you wake up in the morning.
This is what you need to do with this money. Okay.
So y'all better hit her with it. The look, lean, and blink. The look, lean, and blink. I'm telling you, it works.
You better be making some magic in that bedroom or something.
Man, you just gotta multiply that shit. You just gotta multiply. Tell her where to put the money. You know, when it hit, she's gonna be like, "Oh, I wouldn't have did that."
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Like, I started investing like a year ago, and then got my wife onto it, and she got in the game, and she was doing her thing, and I was impressed. But, you know, she was more confident because I jumped in first, and then she jumped in. But yeah,
she said, use your money, and then.
but see, here's the thing that a lot of people ain't gonna tell y'all. Like, or you'll get married, or you have your thing, and they're like, you gotta have a joint account, and you gotta. No. We have two separate accounts, and we have and this is a business principle. Only thing that we have in our name that's joint is the house.
Mm-hmm.
There's both of our credit is solid, and we keep it that way. We keep things separate because if one of us goes down or something happens and we have to lean on somebody else's credit, we don't both have a repo. We both don't have a X, Y, and Z on there. So we keep those things separate. And
question: how do you do that? How do you do that as a married couple? I'm just ignorant. I'm just ignorant.
Okay, so you don't go. I didn't co-sign for her on her car because she had good credit. She had to co-sign for me on my car because I had good credit. So we just established our credit. But when we were actually going through some financial difficulties early on in our marriage, the stuff that was in our name was really just the house. Mm-hmm. Everything else was separate. Mm-hmm. And then they threw the taxes. But because you start off like where you are now, right? You got your own separate stuff, right?
Right.
You just keep it like that, and then whoever's going to be the person over the finances, then we created a joint account for that, and then I just put money into that. So then she pays the bills and stuff like that. I just cash app. I mean, I don't cash app.
Well, I'm asking this because, like I said, I'm ignorant to it.
Right.
So, and I've always heard that when people get married, their debts are your debts. It affects your credit score. Here's what I would suggest. Actually, like if I was doing marriage counseling with y'all, and y'all say, "Hey, we're gonna get married in a year." My first question would be, "Are you having a big wedding? Like, do you plan on having a big wedding?" And if you're like, "Yeah, we want a big wedding," then my second question is, "Are you debt free, or do you already have a house?" Because if you don't already have a house and you're not debt free, then why spend the money on the wedding when you can put that money towards both of y'all eliminating y'all debt or stacking your bread for a down payment on a house? You know what I mean? So like it becomes coming into the marriage, you want to do everything that you can to make sure that your credit is solid. I mean, I got married. Before I got married, my credit score was a 405.
Woo.
I know, terrible, right? Like, and you walk into the store, you apply for a card, and you make excuses while like I know
like an area code.
I don't know what's on there, you know what I'm saying? But when we bought our house, I was at an 818 and she was at an 820.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean? But that that
was God. God sent her.
Yeah, for real. Because 8 is the number of new beginnings. You understand, man? Ain't nothing like a new beginning.
And just be able to talk about it, though. You know what I mean? Like, be able to talk about, like, hey, who's better at finances? Okay, you do that, and don't be ashamed of it, and don't feel like you have to have joint stuff. Like, our name is on the house together, but if something was to happen, we can float either one of our credit.
Wait, let me ask you this question, right? You said you was raised by a single mother.
I was raised by a single father. She was raised by a single mother.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. I know you personally. So I know your son and everything like that. The one thing that I know I've dealt with a lot in the Black community, especially when it comes to raising children, it's statistical. After 1970, if you were in the Black community, there's a 70 to 80% chance you was raised by a single parent and it was a mother. Knowing that you have a son in this day and age, how old is Zay now?
16.
16. How do you as a father, especially being raised by a man, because you're actually an anomaly, believe it or not. How do you tell your wife, hey, back off? It's my time now.
I'm gonna tell you
when she make more than you.
You know, we argued about the sex thing. We at one point we did have the money thing, but it wasn't her holding anything over my head about me not it was just I was spending like crazy, and so we had the money thing. You know, our only beef that we have now is about our son.
Wow.
Like when we disagree now, it's about something with him. And she understands. One, she don't know what it's like to be a black male out here. So that right there off the bat, sometimes she don't agree with what I say or how I say it or my tactics. But in the long run, I'm willing to stand up and fight that fight only because you don't understand. And I'm not raising a son that's going to be that we like he lives in this house and we try to keep him in this bubble. My whole goal as a father is to train him so that he can know how to function when he gets outside this house, how to move, how to navigate, how to position himself, how to take the criticism from the outsiders, how to be comfortable in his own skin, how to edify him and speak life into him and be an example, because that's the whole thing. I had an example of a great dad that was at all my games, he taught me how to do all the stuff that I did. So I learned that from a man, and he don't know anything different. And as I try to tell him now, I'm like, son, this is not normal. But I also got to explain to her, sometimes I don't even explain myself. You know what I mean? It's like I said it to him. I'm not gonna go back and take it from him. She just wished I wasn't so hard on him and just be a little bit more softer. Here's one of the challenges though, and this is one of the things that I have that I'm processing through even now is I understand her intent behind it, but we just parent different. And it's okay that I don't parent like you, so don't try to make me parent like you, because I don't make you try to parent like me. And that's where the conflict comes in at, because I'll let something she do, I'll just let it ride. I don't say nothing. Okay, whatever. But some things that I do is kind of like, oh, you could have said it like this, or oh, you should have, and oh, you could have, and I just be like,
Let me ask you a question, right?
Wait. Hey, let me go a little further, Boone. Let me go a little further because because I find that, especially in this day and age, that seems to be the main thing that's plaguing our community, is that for whatever reason, women have stepped into a role that was not made for them. And we find that a lot of our young black men, I was raised by a single mother, so I'll use myself as an example. And you know me, Mo, you know my story. So I'm telling you stuff you already know. I was really emotional growing up.
Were you?
That emotionality.
Never guessed.
Really? And that emotionality plagued me even until being an adult. I see a lot of my friends.
He said it's over now.
I see a lot of my friends who grew up with fathers and how they handle things a lot differently. Having a son myself, that was the main conflict. How can you really, as a black man, usurp 50 years of black women being the matriarchs and the sole disciplinarians or authoritative figures, where they get to a point where they trust you to know what it is you're talking about, especially when you said they've never been a black man in a society that is geared towards taking us out?
Yeah. I was going to say, ask them, would you date a man that you're trying to raise your son to be? The way, because a lot of women teach their sons to be children or raise them sons like, this is my son, versus the man's like, no, he's going to go outside and they're not going to view him as my son because he's nobody else's son but ours. So you need to teach him
young man.
You know what I'm saying? Because a woman will give him tools or give him thought process and things of that nature. But if you met a man like that, you would never date him. So why would you create that if you don't want that?
Right. But but most of the time they just doing what they know to do.
True.
If they didn't have a father, or if they didn't have no positive males. So my day job, when I'm not doing this, I run a leadership development with middle school and high school. So I teach middle school and high schoolers life skills all day. So I just float through schools, back and forth through schools. And I'm a hot commodity right now. Mm-hmm. Y'all are hot commodities right now. Well, I'll tell you why, because y'all successful Black men that they don't get a chance to see. See, they don't see y'all. They don't know what y'all doing. They don't know the things that y'all have in place. They don't know the things that y'all have in community. So when you show, so what they aspire to be is what they see, right? Mm-hmm. Football players, entertainers, all this other stuff. But I'm pretty sure y'all are successful at what y'all doing. So when you show up to a school as a Black male with content, you're a hot commodity. Mm-hmm. I've been having lunch with my son once a month since pre-K. And when I got to 6th grade, they were like, well, actually, when I was about 2nd grade, I was the PTO president. You don't see that. Normally, that's reserved for stay-at-home moms, mostly white women. But I was active. I showed up. And so as I went on, 6th grade, it was like, it's going to change. What ended up happened in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. Our table became the table. Why? Because everybody was seeking to have affirmation and validation from a Black male. I'm telling you, go find a group of young dudes, 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders, and just speak life into them. They're gonna love you through. You're gonna be their best friend because they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? So being able to usurp this 50 years of a woman. But you got to understand, it ain't really been 50 because you go back into the 70s, men was present. You know, a few years before that, the civil rights, who was leading all that? That was kids being led by men who was being pushed by women. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just got to be, you know, just being an example.
But you talking about young men. You talking about young men. You talking about the era of. You talking about the era of men coming back from Vietnam.
Vietnam, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? On drugs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Heroin was big. Like, I think niggas
Somebody just got finished watching American Gangster with Denzel. That's all that happened. He just got finished watching American Gangster.
No, man. It's our history. Mm-hmm. It's our history, man.
Yeah. So I just say keep, you know, and I just want to encourage y'all brothers, man, like, you know, pay it forward, reach back. If you didn't have a father growing up, man, find you some young dudes, turn what y'all do with this and turn it and see if y'all can create some kind of outreach or some kind of nonprofit off of it where y'all give back books or shoes or something that shows like, hey, we ain't just about us. We're about impacting and moving the community forward.
Yeah, we're trying to build a platform for Doug to yell at people.
He don't need a platform for that. He don't need to yell at nobody else.
I don't need no platform. I yell at people no matter what, baby. You talk about you talk about giving shoes away. Send us them Jordans behind you. Send us them Jordans.
Yeah, I could.
I could. I could.
That's what he's saying. I could give it to you.
Yo, Pastor Maurice Ball.
Hey, man. Real.
Yo, we you suggested a segment, man. Ask a pastor. We're gonna do this. This was great. I liked how this went. You know what I mean? I like the fact that as a pastor, you allowed us to be ourselves, knowing that we're joking, but we're serious about the questions we're asking.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
The moment he saw me on the flyer, he said, I might as well remember that they ain't that far away from sin. The moment he saw, y'all don't understand the conversations we done had with them. I done tried to get him to come over to the dark side. You understand me?
We believe you.
I done tried to take Obi-Wan Kenobi and turn him into Darth Vader. It has not worked. Do you understand that? So trust and believe. He gonna stand firm on the word. You understand that? He gonna stand firm on. That's my dog right there. He gonna stand firm on it.
You know, one of the things I just said, and I really I appreciate y'all inviting me into your space and just giving me some time. But really, at the end of the day, we all flawed people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I come on here and talk to anybody in a judgmental state, then I'm not any better than anybody else. I ain't got it all together just because I got the title of a pastor. I still struggle with everything else that everybody else struggle with. And I'm okay with admitting that. So yeah, I appreciate y'all inviting me into y'all space.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for coming through, man. Stick around for the this last segment right here.
My brother. Let's do this.
Right here we have Doug's perspective. All right, so Doug's perspective. And Doug, I want your perspective on this.
All right, let me get the ascot straight.
There are a variety of grants, loans, and fundraisers specific to Black women and LGBTQ, but little to none made specifically available to Black men and young boys. Why is that?
All right, let's go ahead and get this started. All right, there's a story that maybe some people have heard of where there was a young lady who was just going about her every day. And she got just a tad bit too far away from the man in her life. For whatever reason, whether by circumstance or by choice. And she ran into a creature or a system that was put in place just waiting to give her something that was forbidden to eat of. Because he knew that once she got a taste of that, it would never, ever, ever leave her digestive system. Ladies and gentlemen, the person I'm talking about is Eve, and the system is the serpent. The reason why I bring that up is because the Bible says that if you strike the shepherd, scattered. Black people, our shepherds have been struck, and our sheep have been scattered. Now, we can blame this on chance, choice, or circumstance. All I know is whoever's culpable, it really doesn't matter. What matters is the aftermath. Money is not the problem. The grants, the loans, those aren't the problem. The problem is the love of money. And that love of those money and those resources have driven us far away from what our love should be. Our love should be for a complete and total household, which is the building block of our community. The reason why the Bible says never give a foothold to the devil is because you can still move forward if something has your hand. You can still move forward if something has your arm. You can still move forward even if something grabs you around the waist. Your forward progress is impeded when it has your foot, because once it has your foot, it will move up to your ankle, it will move up to your knee, and before you know it, you will be tripped and fall face first into whatever task or whatever trap that they have for you. I'm not here to cast blame. I am not here to sit here and say whose fault is it or this, that, and the other. What I'm here is to point out the fact that this and the love of money has plagued our communities. And that love has separated us. We have become a people who, and forgive my vulgarity, but you'll understand where I'm going with this. We have become people who have become the masturbators of society. And the reason why I use the term masturbation is because every man has done it at least once. It gives you instant gratification, but no prolonged satisfaction. Nothing gives you prolonged satisfaction than being with a woman. That's the reason why when a man masturbates, the first thing he wants to do is get up and clean himself off, because the instant shame comes over him like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. But when you with a woman, your instant satisfaction makes you lay there in that spot for a good little minute. You lay there and you tell her don't touch you, don't say nothing, don't move, don't ruin this moment. Let me soak it all in. All I'm saying is we can continue to be the masturbators of society and get that instant gratification, or we can seek the prolonged satisfaction of a man and a woman coming in together to be the building block. So it's up to you. Do you want lotion or do you want natural lubrication? Food for thought. Scrape the plate. Am I the only one still on this joint? Did everybody leave me? Everybody muted.
Where can everybody find you, Doug?
I thought for a minute there, I thought I was caught up in the rapture. I was like, Jesus, did you leave me? Did you take everybody?
Nah, Doug, tell us about your Twitch, man.
Hey, man, you can find me on Twitch on @TheDougBennett 2Ts_01. That's my Instagram. That's my Twitch. I come on Monday through Friday from 9:30 p.m. to 11 o'clock. Every day, and we just talk about a whole bunch of stuff. We're gonna start focusing on mental health, men's mental health, because I think that is a subject that is sorely overlooked.
Mm-hmm. Yo, why they call it? They be like, "Yo, he got mental health." No, that's not the correct term. Like we should assess his mental health.
Who are you hanging with? That's
that's how people say it. That's how people say it. Like, he got mental health.
Everybody got mental health.
Hey, whoever says that, you make sure they stay out of your circle when you and your wife get married.
Yeah. You gotta cut them out, bro.
With those people. You heard the Rem. The Rem said, make sure you people around you that's gonna feed y'all marriage.
Rem.
Yeah, but you heard the realm.
How you spell that? How do you spell that shit?
I gotta Google that joint, man. We've been saying that for centuries.
RE''UM.
The realm. I heard that on the Color Purple. We going to the realm house.
Realm. Yo, Pastor Maurice Ball. Thank you, man. Tell us your social media.
It's a C Maurice Ball on everything.
On
Twitter,
everything.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. The letter C, MAURICE Ball.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, you mean on everything? It's like all your social media platforms.
All my social media.
Oh, I was about to say that's the longest handle I've ever heard of. On everything. Like, God.
And so I do a Wellness Wednesday. Like my church is called Relevant Church. Relevant Church on Facebook and YouTube. But every other Wednesday, well, did something every Wednesday in January. But normally we do mental health things. I partner with some community people and we talk about things that are relevant to the Black community and the Black culture when it comes to health issues and stuff like that and health disparities. So, man, I'll shoot y'all something. We doing something in a couple of weeks where we're going to be dealing with mental health that comes on with loneliness. And then we're going to be doing something
for them incels. For the incel community.
Yeah. And then we're doing something with some youth on vaping and smoking and all that other stuff in a couple of weeks. So we just trying to find topics that are relevant to what we face and what we're dealing. And man, I'll shoot y'all something. Y'all can jump on and be a part of that conversation.
You said about vaping and smoking, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He dirty.
He said that.
That was low.
That was low.
You wear an ascot in the summer.
Right. Clearly, that's a smoking jacket, but okay. Clearly.
He got a fan on in front of him. That's why he got that ascot on.
I can't wait till this joint end. I can't wait. I'm sweating like a mug, boy.
Doug be exfoliating. Hey, yo, I ain't never seen somebody go to the barbershop so often. This nigga's always at the barbershop.
Listen, when your hair ain't as wavy as City's, you got to keep that joint cut to a certain degree.
You got to stop cutting it. You got to let it grow out. You got to
listen to me. Listen to me. I got 13 waves in my head. 13. You understand me?
Because you keep cutting them out. You got the brush.
Yeah,
man,
you're right.
I
You can't cut them out. You can't cut them out.
Man, trust me. One of my
you gotta get a mirror. I'm about to tell you what to do. You got
one of my favorite movies is Poetic Justice with Chicago.
I'm
constantly brushing.
You got it, but see, you ain't doing it. You gotta get a handheld mirror and stand in the bathroom with the bathroom mirror behind you and look in the handheld mirror so you can see the back of your head, so you can get it all the way around, man.
I can't do that, man.
You can. That's the old people. I ain't got the time to do. You got time?
No, because that cut into my prayer time. That cut into my prayer time, Pastor.
Cut it out.
Cut into my prayer time.
Cut it out.
Because the Bible says,
oh my God,
no other gods before me. You understand that? That's what the Bible says. Y'all ain't gonna have me sitting in front of Rev. Y'all ain't gonna have me sitting in front of Rev.
But we wrapping up because we could.
Yeah, we about to.
Right? But I just want to say one thing. I think a ministry for Black men, just for men in general, is to separate your self-worth from money. Because the society, like, we're protectors and providers, and I think we got it fucked up in regards to like associating our self-worth with our money.
Yes.
Like
our spending habits, everything.
Yeah. So now that women have money, there's a lot of men that feel inferior. You know what I'm saying? Especially because women can
cut,
step in the, like they sell bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they'll buy it. Like, you know what I mean? And men don't shop. That's why sales are for women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they women spend money. Like, so like that is the, like, if you can have your ego in check, you know what I'm saying? The woman is the way.
But see, I think that goes a lot to what Pastor Ball was saying earlier. I believe the reason why women have the security in money that they have is because they don't have the security in their man that they should. And what happens, and I'm just being honest, and this is the reason why I said I don't want to blame anybody, because at the end of the day, whether by choice or by circumstance, men were removed, especially in the Black community, and they replaced it with money. And what happens is, men, I don't think we in wholesale ever came back to assume our roles. We trickled back, but we never came back, because some of us are just like, you know what, whatever. It is what it is. And I believe that if we were to show security, like, perfect example, I joke with a lot of people, but I mean this wholeheartedly. If Adam had to slap that damn fruit out of Eve's hand immediately. No, I'm being serious.
Slap Eve.
No, we know. It's the way that you said it. It's the way. Yeah, it's the way, man.
I'm saying I joke a lot.
There's only one syllable in slap.
That joint, or the moment she grabbed it, Adam slapped that shit out of her hand immediately.
Out of her mouth. Just
straight up. Because if you notice what the Bible says, it says,
be forceful.
It says that she ate it, then she turned and she gave it to her husband, and he ate it, and both their eyes.
Do it say turn? I saw went. Like she went, like he wasn't there, and she went to him.
See, that's why you
gotta read it.
That's why I don't like how.
But no, but that's
like
what I'm
all these different versions of the Bible.
But no, but what I'm saying is, just don't get caught up in the verbiage. What I'm talking about is the lack of security that we have provided. So a woman is based on security. No, I'm talking about all
my lady secure.
The lack of security that we provided is the reason why women go out here looking for security. And if we don't provide that security, I'm not even talking about Black, I'm just talking about women period.
In general.
Yes. If we provide that security, then they'll stop going for the love of money. Because if you notice what women say now, what's the first requirement they make out of a man? He got to make this amount of money. And in our community, some of the prices, some of the salaries that they ask for out of us is astronomical, because no man makes that amount of money, especially a Black man. So it's like, now it's like your security is in the dollar. instead of your security being in your man. I tell people all the time, the mistake that we made in the Black community is we chose resources over relationship, and we chose money over, and women chose money over their man. And the reason why is because they have no security in us for whatever reason. But if we were to bring that security back to women, women would stop relying on that and start relying on us.
That sounds like a conversation series for you, Doug. R&R, resources and relationships.
Yeah, because your greatest resource, the greatest resource you'll ever have, you learn this in business class. The greatest resource you ever have is people. That's your greatest resource. Because if you know somebody who knows how to cook, you'll never be hungry. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where your resources have to be people.
Scrape the plate.
I'm just saying, man. Just saying. I don't put this ascot on and this fur on for nothing.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Because you put it. You're not smoking in your smoking jacket, so you put it on for nothing.
First and foremost, don't judge me. You don't know my struggle. You don't know my struggle at all.
I'm not allowed to smoke indoors.
The Lord is, you see how they trying to.
Oh God,
Jesus wasn't even understood. So I know y'all ain't gonna get me. I know y'all ain't gonna get me.
Hold up, Doug, give me your social media.
Man, like I said, hit me up on the Doug Bennett _01 on everything. All right, the Doug Bennett _01 on everything. Come and get.
Don't you know no good?
Follow me right here at Brian B. Knowing all social media platforms.
Oh, I got it. No, since everybody got music, I got one for the Reverend. Someone asked the question.
Damn.
Why do we sing? Where can we find you, basketball? Where can we find you?
Doug, that's crazy.
You just unlocked the memory for
That's
Boom,
crazy.
Like
that's crazy, Doug.
You just unlocked the memory, bro.
I'm just saying, is ask a pastor someone. That's damn.
Whenever we bring a pastor on, we got to figure out a hymn to play for him. All of us can't have music.
That's some DJ shit, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, follow me at Sonic Boom TV.
Sonic Boom.
Yo. At Nempathy Show, we here live every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you listen to us on Spinwax Radio. Download the Spinwax Radio app on your Google Play or your Apple Store. You can listen to us in the audio version Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. And yo, thanks, C. What's the C stand for?
Clarence.
Okay, Clarence.
That's why I said C. That's exactly why I said C. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of hearing Clarence parents had a real nice marriage. Just call me C.
Yeah, thank you for coming through, brother. Yeah, Nempathy Show, we out.